So new at noon, the St. Louis NAACP has filed a formal civil rights complaint after a video surfaced showing how bi-state security handled a man who was struggling to stay upright and later died near a MetroLink stop. First Alert 4 obtaining this video, this footage on your screen showing the MetroLink stop by the Enterprise Center downtown where 60-year-old Derek Hodges was found dead. Police confirmed to us that at 1:04 in the morning on February 6, MetroLink security called St. Louis police to respond for a person on the platform. By 1:13 a.m., Metro walked away from Hodges. You'll see that in this next frame of video here. Those three officers walking away from Hodges, canceling their request for help.
I believe had they arrived, they would have given some assistance and some direction to the victim and not simply leave him there to die.
Hodges' family telling First Alert 4 he took insulin daily for diabetes and that he suffered from mental health challenges. The NAACP complaints were filed with the Missouri Commission on Human Rights, the Federal Transit Administration, and the U.S. Department of Justice. In response to this, Bi-State Development released a statement saying in part, quote, "We are engaged in an internal review and we are working in full cooperation with the relevant authorities," end quote.